Hey guys, my name is Katherine Barner. I'm the host of Cat's Cadenza, and today I'm in Moscow, Idaho with Vanna Oh. So thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm super excited to have you. So I first have to say I love your hair.
Thank you.
I've never been bold enough to dye my hair or do anything crazy with it. So
Your hair is naturally like that?
yes.
Well, good for you.
So I also love your style. So where does your style and that influences come from? Because I see a lot of that on your Instagram page.
Yes. Okay, so honestly, I found this page on Instagram a few years ago that I just fell in love with. It was called Another Filthy Magazine. And all of the colors, it was very film-based photography and lots of 70s bright colors. And the hair actually, I bleached it just for fun a few years ago, and then I cut the bangs when I was being Beatrix Kiddo for Halloween from Kill Bill. So
Okay,
that's
cool.
where all of those things came from. Yeah.
So where does your musical influences come from? Is it kind of the same thing then?
Like a mixed bag, I guess. So there's I have two different projects basically, or two different shows that I do. One is actually kind of three different. So one is rock and roll,
Mm-hmm.
and that's with a full band, and those influences are very old school rock and roll, like Jefferson Airplane, Queen,
Mm-hmm.
White Stripes is a big influence, and then tonight I'll be doing more of the singer-songwriter folk, and that's actually a lot jazzier.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the songs do cross over between the full band and me doing my solo thing, but the influences there are Sufjan Stevens, vocally Andra Day, I think that's how you say her name, and Nora Jones, and then jazz classics listen to a lot of Jamie Cullum. He's not
Mm-hmm.
a classic jazz artist, but he's more of a modern day, and that's a big influence. So
Yeah. So I was listening to In a Van earlier, and it's this rock and roll, bluesy, folk kind of song, and I think it's really cool. What's that song about, and what inspired you to write that?
yeah. So that's a love song, but it's also this idealistic song about being on the road. And I wrote it a couple years ago when all I wanted to do was be on tour.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, my relationships, my love life was always intertwined with my musical endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I would love to talk to more women in music, but I mean, it's a very male-dominated
Mm-hmm.
Industry. So there's me being a female attracted to males, it's they're everywhere. And so it was just kind of this mix of I want to be on the road and go on a road trip, but also there's this, I want to be with a person in this van going on a road trip, and maybe we'll be touring, maybe it's just a vacation or something. But yeah, so those were kind of the sentiments behind it.
Have you done a large scale tour before then?
Longest we've done is 5 days.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't large scale. When I think of that, I think of you're touring at least 5 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
All over, West Coast tour,
Yeah.
or East Coast tour, or full United States or world tour. And so far, I've got from Bellingham down to Sacramento. That's where I'm working through right now. So, but I haven't stopped playing since November. So
Okay, cool. So when did you start these three projects you've talked a little bit about?
in November.
In November?
Yeah.
Wow. So pretty recently.
Yeah.
How has that been then, just starting to write music and tour and play shows and stuff like that?
I did write a lot of those songs, the songs that I'm playing, over the last 5 years.
Okay.
So tonight I'll play one song that was the first song I ever wrote. I was a high school teacher before, and I quit teaching, and that was the first song I wrote. And then also I'll play like the most recent song I've written tonight. But since starting, it's been amazing. Really hard. I started it out, so the name Vanna Oh was just to be a stage name, because Lindsay Johnston was really hard to spell for people. It was like, oh, is it Lindsay with an A or an E? It's like, is it Johnston or Johnston? It was just always hard to Google, which it's important to be able to Google it. So that's where it was going to be just a solo thing. And then I had a couple people reach out and said, hey, you want a drummer? Hey, you want a bassist? And so we threw a band together, and then it became Vanna Oh and the Ennies, because it was like anybody that wanted to play.
Okay, that's really cool.
Anybody that was down to learn the music. So
nice.
Yeah.
So where can the audience connect with you and find your music?
Instagram, Facebook, that's where I have it up. I have like one demo up right now, and I have 5 songs recorded on a CD that we're selling at shows. And those will probably be up online soon. But until then, it's just Instagram and Facebook to wait for that announcement.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we leave you to get ready for the show?
No, I'm just excited to be here in Moscow, and thanks for the interview.
Thanks for talking with me.
Cool, thanks.
If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to go down below, click that like button, and subscribe. Make sure to check out Vanna Oh on social media. And if you enjoyed this video, I got plenty of other videos with indie artists from the Moscow, Idaho area, so make sure to go check those out. Thanks.
Thank you.